Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, and welcome back to, we are probably somewhere between Alamogordo. Alamogordo is, we actually made it pretty far. Started in Alamogordo, we're going to LA, so we don't have too awful far to go, but we ran out of daylight and decided to, rather than driving in the dark, because I personally like it, but I know it doesn't make for the best video. So, here we go. I can also tell you, we are recording in a new capture software. Starting today, we're recording in Action. I'm pleased with it so far, but I'm going to temper my pleasingment. Pleasure, I guess you would call that. Oh yeah, my pleasingmentness. I'm going to temper my optimism because I've been pleased with capture softwares before, starting with OBS that broke my heart, and then Shadowplay that really broke my heart, and that's how we ended up here. So, you know those FPS drops we were getting in ETS, right? And then we had one in Farm Sim, and I thought it was scenery loading, and I was confused because how could scenery be loading in Farm Sim? There is no scenery to load. Yeah, that was Shadowplay being mean. So, allegedly, we will not have these problems with Action. We'll see. I am optimistic. I say, I'll temper my optimism, but I am optimistic. I just, I gotta keep looking. But if the fact that we were having problems lands us with a different kind of capture app and we get a better result, then I'm happy we had those problems because, like always, frustration leads to growth, yo. So, right, we're going to drive over the hill and get this rig into Los Angeles. And then we're going to cut a train sim vid, that West Somerset DLC. I'm excited about it, and I believe the next scenario is, I feel bad because I know there are serious train lovers out there that know what time it is. So all I can say is the wee little locomotive. I don't have a background in British rolling stock to be able to say, oh yeah, I know the one we drove last time was the class 4.7. So it's a class something, but yeah, I'm excited about it, and I don't know why. It's just a wee little. Did something just happen? Did I just see something happen? I know this is going to end up being Elgato. I know that's going to be what ultimately solves all these problems. Is I'm just going to get an Elgato. Because I swear, just a second ago, I saw everything speed up and slow down. It didn't freeze. It didn't drop FPS. It just did that, surge thing. Oh, game. Oh, all games. Why you gotta mess with me? Anyway, we're gonna hop in Train Sim World, and I'm gonna drive that wee little locomotive. And I don't know why it appeals to me. I don't know what it is about it that just seems wonderful. But it just seems wonderful. I can't wait to drive it. And then I think I'm done for the weekend. I think I'm done gaming for a minute. It's Memorial Day weekend. There is a basketball game tonight. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. East Coast time. Monaco. Noon, Indy 500. Memorial Day, right? Always a fun weekend in America. So I'm excited. And I am, as much as I love gaming, I'm looking forward to wrapping up that train sim and not gaming for a minute. Are we speeding up and slowing down? Am I seeing that right? What's going on here? so-called game. All right, and we're good on fuel. So yep, I think we may have sorted out another problem. And you know what's funny to me to think about is as many problems as we solve, there are an equal number of problems stacked up right behind them. And as soon as we solve the first ones, then we get to start working on the next ones. And the next ones replace the current ones, and then we solve them, and so on and so on. You see what I'm saying? It's like it never ends. And that could be frustrating or daunting or whatever, but I think, no, that's alright. That's okay. It's kind of cool in a way, because we always got something to do. And I like solving problems. I really do. I'm going to we're going to go in when we're done here and pull the rest of those textures out, because I see we're at a pretty steady 30 FPS. And you know, I've said before, I can think of a time in my life when I was dreaming about getting up to 30 FPS. But we can do better, and this game isn't so graphics intensive that we only maintain 30 FPS. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of those textures out. And it's like I said, the mod maker says they don't impact your FPS, but all mod makers say that. What else would you say, you know? So we'll see what our what do you call it? Yeah, we'll see what our FPS is next level. Oh, I just noticed up in the corner there's a little action overlay, like a little mini HUD up in the corner. And you know what it has? Oh, it's got real-time audio levels monitoring. No shit. Are you kidding me? I'm so happy right now. Right. So, for the moment, action is a keeper. Although, obviously, I've said that before about all kinds of things that turned out not to be keepers. But, whatever. Live and learn. So, yeah, I'm going to get this up. Now, I'm debating... We'll think about that. Okay. I'm wondering if I want to take Memorial Day off. And if so, how and when will I get caught up? Because I feel like I'll have a gap in my posting schedule then. You know what? I post 2 videos a day. If I do one extra one tomorrow, right? And then an extra one on Tuesday. There you go. That'll make up for Memorial Day. Perfect. I am seeing a little surge every now and then. I'm seeing a little slow down, speed up. But I don't know if that's... I can't tell if that is action or if that's just the way the game is set up. Oh, there's even a clock up there. There's a little timer. Oh, action. I love you. I'm sorry we didn't start going out before this, but I just didn't notice you. I didn't think you liked me in that way. Yeah, straight up. There's a little tiny clock, a little tiny counter under the FPS counter to show me how long I've been recording. Oh. All this time, true love was right before my eyes, and I didn't even know it. Works out that way sometimes. Right. Alright. So then what's that? Oh, that must be average FPS. Okay. Or is that max FPS? Yeah, that's gotta be average. Yeah, we're kind of knocking on 32, 35, but we're out in the desert, man. There's no scenery out here. There's no houses. Now, on the plus side, same as in ETS 1.31. Not really dropping off when we get into cities the way we used to. But we're also not as high when we're out in the country. And I don't know if that is 1.31 or I don't know if I'm just like hallucinating, you know, like imagining that I'm seeing it. But it certainly seems like our FPS stays higher when we're in cities and lower when we're out in the country. TBD. I don't think skin packs shouldn't have, no, skin packs wouldn't pull FPS down like that. It's those textures. I bet it is. I'm tempted to go pull them out right now, but I have a feeling that if I did, it would reset me back to Phoenix, which it does sort of, I wouldn't say randomly, but the craziest things will put you back in your home city. When you start the game up, it says game change detected. You've been reset to a safe place, and you're back in the hood. So yeah, I'll pull those out. And now, if I pull the mountains out and we get our FPS back, then I'll put the trees back in. You know, the other thing I can do is start a vanilla profile with no mods. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We got a minute. I was saying that yesterday in ETS. I was thinking about different games that you play. PUBG or Far Cry or something that you just, well, I guess PUBG you don't really finish, but something like Far Cry that has an end. You just want to play it, play it, try to finish it. And with something like ATS, you don't finish it. There's no end to this game. So to me there's no hurry, like as far as starting or stopping or turning the game off or pulling out a mod or restarting it or whatever. It just goes on and on. In a good way. And I think I tried a little trick. I tested audio levels with one game because I feel like I already had the audio levels in games adjusted. So I tried one game, one sim, did an audio test, and played with the volume in action essentially until I got it to where Shadowplay was, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping, and it would be really awesome if it works out this way, but I'm hoping that now the audio level in all my other sims, because they were all adjusted to one level in Shadowplay, I'm hoping that we can get them right, because we got action essentially adjusted to where Shadowplay was. I'm hoping that all the sims will just, their audio levels will just slide right in there, and we won't have to mess with all of them individually, because that is, man, it's a pain in the ass to try to get everything dialed so the vehicles in every game are the same volume, even though, you know, we've got some vehicles that are tractor trailers, we've got vehicles that are race cars, we've got Formula One cars, we've got tractors. You know, getting everything dialed to the same level can be, it's not hard, it's just tedious. It takes forever. Alright. I would say this is the outskirts of LA. Suburbs. LA is huge, man. The basin. When you're coming in from Vegas, it is unbelievable how big that basin is. It's like 50 miles across, and there's 20 million people in it. I don't know how many cities. There's got to be 30 cities in there. And it's all referred to collectively as LA. But it's, no, this is not LA, this is San Diego. That's right. We came way down south to try to get these off our list. But I can see a ton of roads down here that we're not driving on, and we'll have to come back and drive on if we want to get 100%. And I take back what I said earlier about not dropping off in cities. We're down to like 25 FPS. Okay, I gotta pull some stuff out. I gotta pull some mods out or something, because we're not doing great. You got me floating. I'm running, I believe the freaking 64 physics mod. Yeah, it's freaking 64 physics mod, and it's really, really good. But it keeps you honest. You can't do things with a physics mod that you can do with a base game physics. Gotta kind of watch yourself. Right. You know what else is weird now? Is I'm playing more Sims simultaneously than I think I ever have before. Because I used to just really be a Euro Truck and a farm guy. And you know, I mean, you've heard it happen on the channel as far as American Truck Sim and how I really wasn't into it, and it just didn't work for me. But it works for me now. I really like it. So we add that. We've got 2 race sims going now. 3, 4. We've got Project Cars and Assetto Corsa, and I'm bringing in F1 and WRC. And Train Sim. Now, Train Sim I use keyboard and mouse. I don't use my gamepad for that. But for everything else, I use the gamepad, and it's crazy. I try to program all my games, all my sims, so that the gamepad does the same thing in all of them. So, you know, you use this to change camera, use this to shift up, use this to shift down. But there are some things like, you know, the truck has turn signals, right? So I use my shoulder bumpers for turn signals. Well, Formula 1 doesn't have turn signals, so you can go ahead and use those shoulder bumpers for something else. And in Farm Sim especially, it's all compound commands. It's like hold down one shoulder bumper, and that macros all the keys to do this, all the buttons to do this, and then hold down the opposite shoulder bumper, and it macros all the buttons to do something else. Which is a really efficient use of buttons. But at the same time, like, I've played so much Farm Sim, man. If you ask me like how to do something, describe, you know, how you turn on the lights, I couldn't even tell you. I know the combo. I know the button combo just like by rote, by memory, but I don't know what it is. I couldn't describe it to you. So we do all these things when we game a lot. We do all these things like not by instinct, but like, what do you call it? Like automatically. It's like a muscle memory, you know. And then when you overlap those sims, like the difference between Assetto Corsa, right, which is, I use it primarily for sports cars, although there is a little open wheel in there. But we got Assetto Corsa and we've got F1. They're both racing games, but there's some slightly different button combos, you know. So you gotta kind of, you can't be completely automatic, or at least I can't. I find I can't be completely automatic. I need to keep my wits about me. But at the same time, these games, some of them, things happen so fast in racing sims that you can't be like, all right, now hang on, is it XXA, right? It's like trying to think of a combo in Street Fighter. Like, if you think about a combo in Street Fighter, whoever you're fighting is just gonna whoop your ass while you're trying to figure it out. You gotta have that like instantaneous, automatic. But I've made some massive errors when I've kind of forgotten what sim I was in and did something automatically with a controller button, with a gamepad button, and did absolutely the wrong thing. I know in Farm Sim I'm always falling out of my own tractor. I don't do that too often in other sims. But to be fair, in other sims you really can't do that. In ATS and ETS at the moment you can't get out of the truck. Although there is a rumor at some point that you will be able to. I've read on some threads people are constantly telling Pavel, like, hey man, we build these beautiful trucks and then we get in them and we don't see them again until the next time we work on them. It would be nice to be able to get out of the truck and walk around. So that may be something that I've heard that may be something that he's going to bring into the game. And I guess SCS went from Euro Truck 1, it was like 5 people or something, 4 people, 5 people, and now it's like they have 2 pods of 40. They have a group of 40 for American Truck Sim, and they have a group of 40 for Euro Truck. Did I read that right? What's his name again? But that's some growth, man, to go from 5 to 80. That is growth, right? Yeah, I gotta pull some stuff out. Sorry about the frame rate, folks. I fix it. Now, what is this guy doing? Why is he stopped there? Okay, he's moving. And we are going to, I suppose we're going to Best Buy. I'm not stopped on railroad tracks, am I? I don't think I am. Nope. And we want to make the right turn on red. I've seen it work. I've seen it not work. Yep, I'll pull a bunch of stuff out as soon as I'm done here, and we'll get that frame rate sorted out. It's not bad. It's just, I feel like when it gets that low, it's too vulnerable. If we're at 60 and we take a hit and we go to 50, we're still okay. If we're at 25 and we take a hit and we go to 20, oy, that's no good. Nobody's happy about that, right? Got a double pup set, so we're just going to pull through. Hopefully we get it just right here. So we do. Right. Set the brake. Turn the truck off. We haven't, I just bumped my own microphone. We haven't gotten a promotion in quite a while, and I don't think we're going to get one in quite a while because we are pretty far up the XP tree. How do we do? Beautiful. Did all right. Very cool. Folks, thank you so much for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of American Truck Simulator, and we will see you next time. Take care now.